Hi, this is Chris, Video
Yeah.
Game Dust Sleeves, and you're listening to the VGDS podcast with Bandana Gamer,
I'm back, baby!
Bone06,
He's not present, baby!
and DanCavDragon.
Get ready, it's gonna be a good one.
Short and sweet.
Somebody's making promises before dinner's over. I don't know about this.
You know,
Good to be back, guys. I missed you.
on that note, sleeve it or leave it. First title, No One Can Stop Mr. Domino for PlayStation 1. Bandana, I know you love this game.
I don't even know what the heck this crap is, but it looks stupid, so no.
Bones.
It angers me just by smile. Like, what is that smile?
I'm gonna have to go with no on this one.
Dan.
Wait. Bones and I agreed.
Double B power? Is that what that
It's
is?
already back.
It's been so long since I've agreed with Bones.
And Dan?
Yeah, I'm gonna go against the grain here. It's a good game. Gotta sleeve it.
All right, next
Nerd.
title. Nerd! Next title, Dark Watch for PlayStation 2. Dan?
Yeah, I just got this game not long ago, so I would have to sleeve it.
Bandana?
I don't generally sleeve the PS2, but it's a Capcom. That's like, it looks, yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'll sleeve it.
Yeah. Bones?
You know that you could 3D sleeve that quite well, so I would 3D sleeve that one.
All right, next title, Wild Guns for Super NES. Bandana?
I mean, that's a fairly classic game, and that actually is a really cool cover, so yeah.
Bones?
Well, I know it's a more uncommon one, so I'm gonna sleeve that bad boy. I don't think that's gonna be a podcast pickups today, though, because of the price. I can tell you that.
And Dan?
Yes, definitely sleeve this one. I would sleeve the original. I would sleeve the strictly limited re-release, and I would sleeve Wild Guns Reloaded as well.
All right, really quick. What blackmail material does video game dust sleeves have on you? I mean, like, it's everything, dude. Like, is he holding your children hostage? Blink 3 times if you're not safe, Dan.
Well, he'll tell you I sleeve just about everything, right?
Pretty much.
All kinds of odds
Even
and
stuff
ends.
that you wouldn't consider would need a sleeve, Dan sleeved.
Yep. Any
Even-
accessory.
We even sleeved his cat. Forgot to put air holes in it. That was awkward. But remember, don't blow.
Just leave. Last title, Beyond Oasis. Bones.
Now you're getting more into my class here. This is one that's on my list to pick up, so maybe this will be a podcast pickup. So this is tough for me because I'm torn. I'm gonna go sleeve this one.
Bandana.
I mean, like, it's a cool game, but the box art is not very eye-catching. I think I'm going to say nah.
And
No.
Dan.
Yes, sleeve it. Again.
All right. Guess that box art. You guys love this game. I know you do.
I love this game. I haven't played this game in years.
It's been a while, Bandana. It's been a while.
Oh man.
First one, I'll give you the console. Sega Master System.
Wait, then I thought I had it.
No, you don't, Bandana.
So it's not Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
No, sir.
I have no clue what that is.
Yeah,
Man.
what is that? The first one.
Come on, you're the Sega Master System man, Dan.
All right,
X Mutants?
No.
we got to at least make some comical guesses. How I Spent My Summer Vacation.
Journey to the center of the earth.
No.
Dino, the last dinosaur. He's my friend
And a whole lot
lot more.
Is it like a generic G.I. Joe?
Not really. The dudes on the right there, what would you consider them guys?
Dinosaurs.
Soldiers.
Right. So that's part of the title. Blank soldiers.
Dinosaurs.
T-Rex soldiers.
Go ahead, Dan.
Not time soldiers, is it?
Yeah, it's Time Soldiers.
Oh, really?
Yep.
For what system?
Sega Master System.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Yes, sir.
Here you go, Dan. Good job.
All right. Next image.
This is based on a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
I know, and it disgusts me that I can't say the name to it. I can't think of it. I've been staring at the picture, and I'm like, I know this, and
I'm pretty
I can't
sure
believe it.
somebody has it already.
I know it.
Dan?
But I don't want to ruin the fun for everyone else.
Well, I know because Bandana said it, right?
God, Bandana.
Go ahead, Bandana.
I'm the oddball.
Bandana's a jerk, like ruining this thing in shots before we even start the show. I've been so thankful that guy has not been on this podcast for so long.
Something about that rant.
Yeah. I'm going to say Pirates of Dark Water.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
You are correct.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
It's on Super.
Nope, I do not have that one.
All right, Bones.
All right, guys. So this month's dust sleeve is Die Hard Gamer Brothers. If anyone is interested in picking one of these up, just contact Chris at Video Game Dust Sleeves, and he will hook you up with one. Bandana, we like to usually ask people what they would like to see in it, but since we don't have any of them here, we're going to let you have the honors of saying what game do you think should be in the Die Hard Gamer Brothers sleeve.
You know what? I'm just gonna say, like, right now, I think that should remain empty. Noting their absence from this podcast in my
no game, huh?
Or
I'll give you a little.
Let's just say, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Because where the heck are they?
I'll give you a little background on Die Hard if you don't know Die Hard. Die Hard is pretty much a graphic artist, secondhand, and he did my logo. He's done multiple logos in the community, so awesome guy to deal with. If you're ever looking to get any kind of graphical kind of work done, even animation type stuff, he's your guy. So that's a little plug for him. I'm hoping to get him on here one day. I haven't had a chance to talk to him to see if he wanted to try and get on here for a podcast. So maybe eventually we'll all meet him. Okay, Dan?
Well, how about we just put Die Hard for the NES in the sleeve?
There you go. Die Hard has Die Hard.
I was just thinking that too.
All right, next segment. Yeah, let's jump right in. So the franchise that I chose for this month is the Mass Effect franchise. Not too many games in this series. It's a relatively new franchise, but it started with, Xbox and it's currently made its way to current consoles. So let's start there. Let's start with Bandana. How are you? Are you a Mass Effect fan?
I dig Mass Effect. It is a game there's a couple of times I've tried to get into it and just not had it not catch, but I really respect what Mass Effect does, especially as an action RPG, and it's really the last great expression of BioWare. Which is the most prolific Western RPG maker of the last 20 years. I'm trying to think, when was the first Mass Effect game released?
Yeah, it was for the 360, I believe.
Yeah.
Somewhere in like the earlier 2000s, I think, like maybe what 2006, 7.
Okay. So like, let's just be honest with ourselves and how life is going. This franchise is almost 20 years old.
Poof.
So, yeah, we are 2 years.
Thanks
away
for
from
putting that in perspective, Bandana.
Oh no, we are 2 years away from the 20th anniversary of the Xbox 360.
Holy
It's
hell.
2007. I just looked it up. 2007.
Okay.
Yes.
Bones,
Yeah,
you're
so-
right on the mark.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the first one because I played that, but it's not my turn. Go ahead, Bandana.
I will say, after they did some significant patching, Mass Effect Andromeda is a way better game than the reputation it got. So,
Have you played enough of the series to say which one is the best one or anything like that?
I think I've touched at least one version of each game. Everyone tends to go with two. I really like the first one just because I don't know, the first steps into that world were really cool, but it's not a perfect game, but I think the first one's kind of the coolest one.
All right. And how about you, Bones? Are you a Mass Effect fan or player of any sort?
I played the Mass Effects, some of them. I've not played all of them by any means. I don't even think I have any of the ones on PS3 to 4 that you have shown here. I'm pretty sure I have the one on Wii U, and then I have the first 3. I played the first one. I beat that one. I enjoyed that. The other 2 and 3, I bought them. Never got around to playing them, and it's funny, like when I try to think about certain games, like I remember buying Mass Effect and I liked it. I look at like key moments in life of like when I got that console, or like say what job was I working at when I got that game, and it could help me pinpoint a year on when something came out, because that's kind of how I just based that one off of. I was like, all right, I worked at Warren Lumber at that time. I remember getting the 360. It had to be around that year. So it's how I keep doing it with games, and it's funny. I've been doing that a lot lately, but I enjoy them. They're definitely fun games. I don't know, if I had to pick, I would say I got more sucked into BioShock than Mass Effect.
Yeah. I'll just say I haven't played much of this series. I do own these, but these are always on my I'll play when I have time.
Yeah,
type of game.
you must not even bother coming this way, Dan.
Yeah. Well, do you? Oh, so my question for Chris was, do you own any Mass Effect games?
Yeah, I do. 2 and 3, I think. Yeah, 2 and 3.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's it. Nothing too in depth with this series, but yeah.
I do like hearing others talk about it though, because like that would pique my interest in whether to play it or not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will say it's a fairly easy time to try out, because the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is the first 3 games, kind of not remade but remastered for modern consoles, is a really good collection, and it's fairly cheap right now. And I think it's also on Game Pass if you subscribe to that lovely service, Game Pass, because we can.
Alrighty, that's it. Short and sweet this month. Franchise of the month, Mass Effect.
All right, now we're gonna do a little something different. We're gonna have somebody else take over, and possibly he might have something to say that involves him possibly ranting a little.
Welcome to the point in time where I run the show right into the ground. I mean, you thought we'd just like hit the dirt and stop. No, we're going at least like 20 feet down. That's where I'm taking this. Welcome to Bandana Gamer Rants, the point of the part of the show where I yell at clouds because I'm old now and I get to do this. Also, I pitched it. It got way over with this group, so we're just going with it. All right. So first rant of the evening.
Rant numero uno.
Yeah, rant uno. Pretentious physical game collecting. All right, let me be very clear what I mean by that. Now, I do not mean physical game collectors. Bandana Gamer is a physical game collector for the most part. Not really anti-digital. Has some positive things to say about digital. But also, I'm old. And so having some shiny things on the shelf, entertains me. And reminds me of the times when I used to have time to play video games.
I feel you there.
Yeah, it's like I come in and I sit in my game room and I don't play anything, but for 5 minutes, the wind blows slightly, and I look and I was like, "Hey, that was cool that time that was in a video game system," and I pressed the A button repeatedly. But
And there was only 2 buttons.
yeah, oh man, yeah. I'll rant about controllers later. I mean, I don't know why I have to press the A button, the start button, press the joystick down with the R2 and the L2. And where the hell is R3? I don't even know what the heck that is. But no, that's a rant for a little bit later. That might be rant dose. But no. What I am talking about is the people who get really into physical games to the point they're pretentious about it. And they then go on these rants that are copied and pasted from Reddit. Like every guy and their guys, they're generally always guys, will rant about, hey, you don't really own that. It's a license agreement and it's like a rental. They can take it away from you anytime they want. And so I just don't buy digital games because I think it's stupid and blah, 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 blah. Which all of that is kind of true. But let's be honest about the reality we're in. From Xbox One, you had a little bit of this in 360, but from Xbox One, PS4 forward, that physical copy a lot of times has jack shit on it. Wait, can I cuss in these rants?
Yes, sir.
All right, jack shit on it.
Say, have you not listened to me on the podcast?
Yeah, you've been way too long, Bandana.
Let's just remember, Bandana listens to one guy only. It's Bandana. The rest of this is just noise to me. It's the point in time where I would like to say a lot of this is shtick.
So noisy that Bones just muted himself.
Damn.
No, I was coughing.
Yeah. Don't take up my time with your coughing. Rant number 3.
Hey, I can leave, man. I'm still sick. I can leave.
No, you will sit here and nod your head in agreement with me, as all the people know you're doing, even though this is an audio format.
Double B hype, I will.
Double B hype. All right. So what I was saying. So once again, there's this lovely thing about ownership, but the modern games, Cyberpunk is one of the main offenders. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. And, it's getting worse and worse with every release. All of these games. Call of Duty. Every Call of Duty. I have no idea, actually, what comes on a Call of Duty disc. You put it in, and it's like, hey, I'm installing 2 gigabytes onto your hard drive from the disc. By the way, there's a 318 terabyte update. Would you like to install this as well? And by the way, it won't run unless you install this.
You're not lying, because God of War Ragnarok was kind of like that.
Yeah, and that's fine. Part of me, I'm kind of frustrated with that. I would rather see physical games launch with the actual physical game, but it's just the times we live in. They've got to get these things out the door, et cetera, et cetera. They have to. I don't know what the standard of actually going to exist, but people always talk about, oh, when those servers go down, my physical game will still work. Really? Will it? Because if you put a physical game in that mainly relies on an internet connection to download a patch, I think you're in the same boat as the rest of us that bought it digitally. You better hope it's saved somewhere on a hard drive that's working or a SSD that's working. So stop being pretentious about it. You're screwed like the rest of us. Now, you can either buy just retro games, and those are, they don't require patching, or you can just shut up because like digital's here and it's gonna be here, and that physical disc, really all it says is you own this game, download it from the internet, and I'll let you play it.
I refuse to shut up. Retro all the way.
I'm all for retro. I love retro. I've got lots of retro. But I'm just like, you're not better than anyone because you think you read this legal thing about how it's just a license purchased that can be revoked, and sure, but they could go in and lock it out of your console, and where you put the physical disc in and it goes, this is an unreadable disc. Like, the future's here. Physical games are just as digital as the digital ones. They're just like the real big advantage. The only real advantage of modern physical game is they look cool on your shelf if that's your vibe. And I love that. I love buying a physical game and having the experience of opening it.
So
it doesn't.
What you're saying is you want to go pick up the new Just Dance for the Switch that has nothing in it, just a case, right? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I think that's a stupid process anyway. Just buy it on the digital store face. Don't.
Well, the whole pretense behind the getting the case is that you have something on your shelf that says, "Oh yeah, I have that game."
I'll wipe my ass with that.
I mean, that's your like. If that's your thing, God bless you. I don't. I think if I'm going to get a digital game, and there's lots of things I get digitally, I don't really need that. Because the part of it's also just opening it and having something there.
Yeah, you have the digital code.
Seeing the art that they arranged. I think I have one. I have one code in case, and that was Retromania. And I got it because it was kind of a pre-order this, support a small developer making a cool thing. I have thought many times I could just throw this case away. But that leads me to another rant. Mother effing free steelbooks. Okay? Best Buy will give has this thing a lot of times where they sell you the game and then you get a free steelbook.
They're all doing that shit now.
Well, yeah, it's a big thing. I don't need a second case. Like, just give me the case. Like, if you want to give me that's the thing. Like, you get the game and then you get the steelbook.
Yeah, you know what, Bandana? I never understood that either. Why did they double up? They should just give you the steelbook and put the game in a damn steelbook.
Yeah, and that pisses me off because
now you have something extra.
And if I've got it, I don't want to throw it away.
Right.
But I don't need to have an empty case with this cool steelbook. Like, what is that about?
I don't understand
Who came
that.
up with that stupid system? Like, if a Best Buy is going to offer you a special edition, just let Best Buy hire the manufacturers
to put it in a steelbook,
disc in the stupid steelbook and reseal it up and count it as a new game.
Right.
Yeah, free.
I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you.
And that's something limited run. Sorry, Dan. I know this is where we've bonded. Limited run, and when they get up in their ultra mega collector's edition that has everything, like the foot of the main developer, along with the blood samples of all the development staff and a 3D poster for $400, they'll give you the box and a steelbook. That's unnecessary. Just put the game in the steelbook. I will say, I have one game, Final Fantasy VII Remakes, next tier up from the regular edition. I forget what we'll say medium level collector's edition. Came with an art book and a steel book, but at least it came with a slip case where everything went into it, and so it's all unified on my shelf in that thing.
Cool.
So I appreciate that. But yeah, steelbooks are stupid if they come separately from the game. And then, if it's a Switch game, they give you this little insert thing. They don't make the steelbook specifically for Switch games. They give you a steelbook, and then they give you a little sleeve thing to put the Switch game in, which is maybe some racket Chris can get into.
I was just about to say, don't open your mouth to say something, because Dan's probably going to come to me and say, could you put my steelbook with my game in a sleeve?
Well, they scratch, so
yeah.
you might want to sleeve them.
No, I'm saying like you know how he was just saying that sometimes
Actually, yeah,
the case
like a double-
and the steelbook come separate. Well, if you put them together and put them in a sleeve, they're together now.
Oh, yeah,
Like
like a slip cover or something.
Yeah, a sleeve.
a double wide dust sleeve.
Right.
Oh yeah, I would do that. I would ask you for that kind of
Oh
thing.
crap. Thanks, Bandana.
See, these rants are changing lives. All right. On that note, I do want to know how many dust sleeve styles have I now inspired? Because I know there's the Game Boy style, original NES cut thing, and now double wide steel box sleeves to keep your steel box with your original case. Because for some reason, Best Buy thought you needed 2 cases.
They're not the only ones because Walmart does that. There's a couple other companies
Yeah, they've all started doing it.
Yeah.
It started with Best. I mean, I get it. They're probably a cheap, easy thing. I do appreciate physical pre-order bonuses.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're paying the same price, so why not?
But yeah, well, and then that's another thing. You see them like clearance 3 months later, like, hey, here's a steelbook by itself for 2 pennies, because and not enough people pre-ordered Peppa Pig's Voyage into Space. But yeah, there's that one. All right, let me look around. Let me see if there's anything else that really gets me going. Yeah, let's talk about that. There's too many freaking boutique publishers these days. That is obnoxious. I'm a limited run game fan. I will say the guys who run Premium Edition have always been nice to me. They're really cool people. They're really good guys. But like, why is the Switch and the PS4 inspired this whole, hey, we printed 4,000 copies of Stickman Goes to the Woods. I don't need a sealed copy of Pac-Man Goes to the Outhouse, like, because there was only 200 copies made. Stop making crap shovelware that people buy and keep it sealed because it's a collector's item. Collector's items are a stupid thing, and they have always been the harbinger of a dying industry. I mean, that's what like comic books took a huge hit because when they got big, like they were printing 5 different variations of a cover, calling one of them a collector's item. Like anything you have anytime you have an intentional collector's item, the ship is sinking. Like, the rats are going for it. Like, it's cool. Like, I think there's some really cool things, especially, like, for smaller developers, when they have made a game, like your Undertales, your, someone else give me some digital game, Shovel Knight. Yeah, I think it's really cool when those games earn a physical edition. And that's one of the reasons I actually will say I vouch for digital, because you do have so many smaller publishers and smaller developers getting shots than you used to when you just had to, like, if you were going to make a video game, you had to sell 150,000 copies or your game busted. But like there are so many people now copying the limited run formula and making these games as collector's items that it's just not fun. Like, can you imagine, like, when we have, like, little kids that are into retro, or when our kids are into retro as 40-year-olds, and they're all like, hey, man, the Switch is really cool. There are 20,000 Switch games, including Johnny Falls Off His Tricycle. There was only 250 copies of that. Like, that's unnecessary.
Anything to make a quick buck.
Yeah. And I think that's where I'm good
Is
with
Bandana rant over?
I mean,
Until next time?
over.
Until next time?
It's never over, but if this is positively received, I will gladly go on. I will gladly rant on record about many a subject, because I am an old man that gets to yell at clouds now.
Well,
What's the deal with DanCavDragon? That guy. He buys video games and gets them sleeved. What's that about? And then Bones, He's just a very agreeable fellow and very pleasant. Okay, now I'm done.
Okay. Game of the month. On that note, Dan.
Oh,
I'm going to say Guilty Gear for the PlayStation 1 because Bandana and I were talking about this game. He recently picked it up and it's a great game. It reminded me of how great of a game that was.
Bones.
I'll keep it on the Super Nintendo train here. We'll go with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4.
And Bandana.
I mean, I was gonna say Guilty Gear. Now I just feel like I'm copying.
Oh.
No, I'm just playing.
Sorry, man.
I'm happy
He's not
that-
done ranting, you know? He's
I'm
ranting.
happy that my pickups inspire your game of the month. I think for me, game of the month, I'm gonna say Donkey Kong 2, but the Game Boy Advance version. I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I'm deeply appreciative of being able to save whenever I want.
Cool. All right, Bandana. Bandana, thank you for coming over the ranting of Bandana.
Yes.
Hey,
That was
I will,
Really
I'm
fun.
an
Maybe we'll eventually turn it into a segment for you.
I am nothing but just an angry old man, and that's my lot in life now. And some people like to steer away from that, but no, I once again am just driving it into the ground, into the ground.
Well, we're here for you to rant anytime.
Exactly.
Bring it
Hey.
on.
Dang straight you are! I am a delight, and you are lucky to have me back after my absence.
Woo!
I had a lot of podcasts competing for this, but I was like, no, you guys blow, and I don't blow, so I'm going to video game dust sleep.
That's right. On that note, don't blow, just sleep.
See you, everybody.
Thank you. See you.
Yep. Have a good night.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
That'd be pretty funny.
You could do it if you want to do it, man. Then you just have to you're gonna have to
Well, let me,
Yeah, we can
pretty
we can
much
follow
take
your,
it.
all right, let me get my energy going. Okay, shaking
can-
it out.
We can follow your lead. Just talk about something.
All right. So, Chris, are you gonna intro it like
Yeah,
usual?
I'll do it normal, just like normal.
All right. So, wait, are we gonna do the
The segments.
get the segments and then just go to?
We'll
Bandana
do
rants?
the segments all the way through franchise, and then you could take over.
All right, cool. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Let's make some magic. Let's just play with the flow.
The segments themselves will take 20 minutes.
Yeah, just
All right,
about, give or take.
Yeah, and then I'll take another 40.
It's fine. Whatever.
All right.
But then
What-
is that guy going to come on? You have to wait.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait. It always happens anyways.
I was about to say, when in the history of this has someone not had to wait in the hangout area?
All right, let's move over.
Yeah.
I'm already here. I was the first to be here. Everyone loves me. I'm the best.
Bones,
Shut
what the hell's taking Bones so long? You fucking missed the button or something? There he goes.
Well, I'm clicking on it, and when everybody else is clicking in, it's moving the fucking bar, and I'm clicking people's names instead of the recording area. What the fuck?
Okay, now I've got something else to rant about.
all right,
Man, what is it about Discord that moves buttons?
All right, let's do a quick sound check. Bandana,
Radio. Woo-woo.
Bones,
Yeah.
Dan.
Hey.
All right, I'll be right back.